Hey guys, and welcome back. This is Chosen Architect, and today we're going to be getting a little bit creative, so I hope you guys are ready. So today we're hopping back in, and I am kind of looking forward to this episode. I want to dive into the Create mod, and just to show you straight up right now a little bit about what this mod can do, let's go ahead and clear this area here where I have planted one of these before. Eventually this tree will grow and will become a massive spruce tree. But I want to show you guys this on another tree. For example, this one off in the distance. I want to show you that early on, you can actually get away with harvesting this entire tree pretty simply. It's actually not hard at all. So all you're going to need to harvest this entire tree without an axe or anything that can harvest multiple things is going to be the Create mod. You're going to need to make yourself a mechanical saw. Pretty simple, actually. Just some iron. And also you're going to need some andesite alloy. This is pretty easy to get with andesite. And if you don't have any andesite, you can actually make it with diorite and cobblestone. So that's another thing you can do. So what you're going to need is a hand crank as well, and probably another block so you can place things. And it's literally this simple. Now we're going to utilize this mechanic later on, but I just wanted to show you that if you're in a pinch for some wood and you want to get it quickly, this is the way to do it. You definitely want to place the saw so that way it is facing this direction. I don't know why it's turning this way. I mean, there is a wrench that you can use as well. Do I need to place it like this? What's going on here? Well, I guess I place it like that. Okay. So long as the saw blade is facing this tree and we place a hand crank on here and we crank this, it should take all of the other logs as well. Yes. And the entire tree basically just fell down. Now, if there was if you had this set up and you had it on a multi-block, basically, which we're going to do with Create later on, and you have it all set up, it will actually go into a chest. So I just wanted to demonstrate that a tree farm is actually pretty easy to set up with Create, even though you are going to need some higher tier stuff down the road, because auto placers from Create are going to require a special material. And here we go with another tree. This is the same one that we just planted a minute ago, but of course, it should work. Interesting. So it didn't actually work on this, but I wonder if it only had one leg. So this is a good example, I guess. I'm glad we tested that because I was planning on doing it with this setup. So if it only has one leg, then I'm guessing it will work. Yes. Interesting. Kind of interesting in that it does look like the whole tree just kind of falls over, doesn't it? That is so cool. So it's absolutely crazy how easy it kind of is to set this up. So I'm going to do my best to sort of show you on these farms over here. And we are going to get this set up, get ourselves some mechanical power, some rotational energy, and just get this up and running. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig myself a hole down here. Go ahead and grab a shovel and get myself situated. We're going to need a little bit of a setup. We're going to need a campfire that's going to light... it's going to create some smoke or some air, I guess you can say. It's going to go over an encased fan. And that encased fan, as you can see, it is directional in how we need to place it. So I'm going to need to place it in a very particular way. But when air is forced through this, it'll give it a little bit of power, which is kind of nice and kind of useful. Especially for this. So let's go ahead and hop down. And I should be fine right here. The fan should be able to go right here. Actually, the fan could even go right here, directly above. Let's go ahead and try and place it right here like this. Oh, it needs to be placed the other direction. Thought it was going to be able to be placed like that, but I guess not. So after getting your encased fan facing down and you place a campfire underneath it, I don't know if it necessarily needs hay underneath it. I don't know if it makes it any faster, but to get the rotational power, we now need to use a lever on this to activate it. You can see it's starting to spin that, and that's exactly what we want. Now, to make this even better, we're going to need a mechanical bearing. So place the mechanical bearing in the right orientation. Oh man, placing stuff, by the way, I guess the wrench would be pretty necessary for this. Oh my gosh, now it's even upside down. Let me try this one more time. Does it, I'm holding shift. I guess holding shift makes it go the opposite direction. I don't know. But now that we have the mechanical bearing in, we can go ahead and take ourselves a radial chassis and place that on top. Now, we're going to utilize this radial chassis for our farm. Now, I think I'm going to switch this farm up. This farm is probably going to end up being, because we need seeds, right? Oh no, this is our potato. Yeah, so we're gonna have a potato farm here and seed farm over here. I think I'm gonna switch to wheat for this, for the seeds. Even though hemp is still good, but I think I want to, you know what, we might still go with hemp. I don't know. I just think that it's gonna be a little bit easier for processing later on. But for this, we're gonna go with potatoes, and that's gonna be pretty simple. Now, all we need now to set up is we are going to need, wherever they went, linear chassis. Now, I don't think I have to glue the linear chassis to this. I guess the only way to tell is just by going ahead and placing the linear chassis here, flipping it on. Okay, so I do have to glue it on. It sounds so weird to say that, but to glue it on, you are going to need to use some slime balls. So place a slime ball here, place a linear chassis. Now, you don't have to place them after that, but they should be good. Now, you do have to place slime on here for this. Because after that, we're going to place our mechanical harvesters, just like this. Bam, we have mechanical harvesters on there. And then I need to set up some sort of system that utilizes chests to store. And we also need to take these portable storage interface and have them linked up together. So the best way to do that, let's go ahead and see. I think I want the storage chest to be up top or on the back here probably, or on the top. I don't really know what would be best. Maybe just go ahead and place the chest. I want to place this, so wherever I want this to link up, probably the best spot would be right here when it's in this position. And then we will take our blocks, sort of build up, and I think I want this to be here. Just like that, and then that's going to be able to funnel items out eventually. Just not yet. We don't have that system sort of set up yet. But on this, I need it to touch that. So if it's going to touch, we need 1 block space, I think, to link this up. So like this, and I don't think I can sticky the top of this. Like, that's not how this works, I don't think. Will that even pull it? No, it doesn't. Interesting. So I'm guessing, I guess I'm going to need to put it on the back. Okay, so let's try this. Let's try a chest here. After it's stickied. There we go. That's stickied. Then we have this, which should pull out of this chest. And that means when this is fully aligned, this should be right here. Right on this block. Let's go ahead and get this. This is probably the most confusing part. There we go. Now does this work? That is the question. I flip that on. The whole thing spins. Those connect. They should transfer items. And this should work. Like, this should be a functioning farm. Now, where these items go, we're going to have to add some attachments to this in order to get it up and running, but eventually I just want it to be piped over here. So after setting up pretty much all of the same contraptions for our farms, you can see, like, here's a tree and it gets harvested, but I do have to manually plant this. I don't have the stuff set up to plant the saplings back down, but it all goes into this chest. And I can grab the saplings out for right now, and I can just manually place them. So long as I don't place them right here, I do need to get another blade and place it on this. Same for all of the other farms. So that way I'll have 5 blades, but I just keep it away. I should be fine, or at least right now anyways. But this is so cool. Like, I love how Create kind of has this just interesting vibe going on where it just, I don't know, just goes through blocks. It's very interesting being able to see blocks moving like that. And I've seen some pretty impressive builds with it. It's quite crazy, but you also have to keep in mind that most of those builds that at least I have seen have been in creative mode. So there's a big difference between playing this mod in survival and making cool things in creative mode. It definitely is a really cool tool for creative mode, in my opinion. But getting the mechanical power and getting it moving around is where this becomes a little bit more difficult. Figuring out solutions for mechanical power, because those setups can get quite large and, like, just out of place, if that makes any sense. So as far as our biodiesel goes, like, we are looking really good. I do, however, want to upgrade our drill. Now, our drill can be upgraded, and I kind of want to make it where it doesn't take as much durability and is also a little bit faster at mining. It is already incredibly quick, in my opinion, at mining. But we can, of course, make it a little bit faster with some upgrades. And we can also make it work underwater, because I think at the moment it doesn't actually work underwater, as you can see, which is kind of, it's not that good that it can't work underwater, right? So yeah, we need some sort of tool or some sort of upgrade to sort of help us out. And if we just search drill, we have all of these upgrades. So this is a pressurized air tank. Pretty simple to make that, right? Just a couple buckets. And I think we have 4 upgrade slots that we can put on this thing. This right here is going to allow us to take less, it's going to take less durability to drill, which is really nice. And then this right here makes it go faster. This one over here lets us hold more fuel, which I'm not really too concerned about just yet, but that might be an upgrade that that's worth doing. So to utilize those upgrades, I place the mining drill in here, and oh, it's got 3 slots, so just the perfect amount here. And if we had a shader, we could put a shader right here and apply that shader to the tool. And there we go. Oh wait, we just literally got a shader for that. Wow, Big Daddy was the what was the advancement for? Apply the maximum upgrades to the drill. Very cool. And we got a shader bag. What do we get? Mass fusion. So speaking of applying a shader, we can stick that on there. Now the drill is going to have a new look to it. That's pretty cool. Like, how cool is that? Okay, so this right here, I think I want to clear this out and utilize this as a starting storage area and start to move our base away from this, which is kind of a pain, to this area, which is going to look much nicer. And then of course our mine, I'm basically going to be creating a new mine anyways, simply because we have a new tool to play with. But yeah, I think I'm going to start moving my storage just so I'm not running back and forth, which is getting kind of annoying at this point. So slowly but surely, this place is coming along. Oh my gosh, man. The amount of time that I just spend literally off camera, which I wish I didn't do this a lot off camera. But I mean, honestly, there's not much to talk about when you're just sort of placing a few blocks here and there. And I don't know if I like this design 100%, but it will get me started. I do love the treated slab floors, even though they're super expensive. But I don't know. There's something about them. I think I'm going to put some more spruce stairs up in the corners here. And then this is actually going to have some chests in it. I still kind of want this to be somewhat of a storage room. At least it's going to start off this way with branching hallways. Actually, this is probably going to be the only branch. This is actually going to be storage areas. But this right here is actually going to extend forward for some other stuff that I have planned on working on. But yeah, so far, it's working out. I'm moving away from this ship. We're kind of disembarking, getting ourselves onto some land. We've got all of the automation and stuff going on over here. Like, I have fuel, like, for days. We have so much fuel. Like, this, yeah, and plant oil and ethanol built up already. Like, and that's just with the small farm that we already have, which is, and now they're automated. Like, this is working out pretty good so far. Now, as far as some simple early game storage goes, I'm thinking this is probably going to be a good option. Going with our drawers here. By the way, this drill works really good on wood and everything. Wow. But I think I'm going to block off the top. I just think it's going to be too high up. But I did want to put some stairs here anyways and sort of block this off. That might be a good idea. And to use that. There we go. And yeah, now I can like place a whole bunch of blocks in here. We don't really have a lot of blocks to work with. But this is a lot of storage technically. And so we can get a lot of different things in here, like all of our ores and all of our cobblestone. And then any extra, I'm just going to put over here in these walls in some chests. And I think that should be a good enough storage, at least for right now, until we can get into refined storage, which honestly is probably going to happen quicker than I thought. And down I go. So I ended up getting myself all mined up, or wait, get myself all, wait, I mined all of this up. Now I'm filling it all in. Yeah, I need some stairs. It's going to make it a little bit easier to get down underground, even though I probably need separate sections, like a section around Y level 45, because that's where copper normally resides. And we need a lot of copper in this pack. Along with a lot of copper, we also need a lot of iron. And yeah, good thing it won't be that difficult to find, right? Well, these caves honestly make it so hard to mine. It really does. But luckily, when we get down to the lower levels, the caves aren't as prevalent. And I think I'm in a hills biome because there's silverfish. I mined down here, and there were silverfish down here, which was yeah, not the funnest thing in the world. So I was mining, and it looks like we found a Tetra Forge, which is kind of interesting, or at least part of a Tetra Forge. Is this like a building? Is there? It is. Okay, we're almost on empty on our fluid. Oh, that was lava. Almost fell down a lava pit. What is this? This is kind of cool. Okay. So we have a transfer unit. We have some forge platforms. I honestly don't have a clue what I should do with this. Do I break it? Harvest level. Okay, tool hammer. So I apparently need a hammer to open this up. If you guys can let me know down in the comments what to do with this. I don't want to just look it up. I'm kind of interested to see if any of you guys know. I might... Ore extractor. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure this out. Forge pillar. Interesting. At least I know where it's at. And like I can always come back to it. I'm scared to break anything because I don't know if I like need it for anything. Pretty cool though. I might have to check my, what is it, the holosphere? To see if there's information about it. Oh, I see. It also harvested all of these logs as well. I probably shouldn't have used logs for the base. Oh, yeah, and here I am just replacing them as if it didn't happen. Oh, it totally happened. It totally ate all of my logs that I had meticulously placed here. All right, it's okay. It'll be fine. So, of course, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is going to go to, get a thanks on there, Ethan Rhodes. Thank you so much for your amazing support. Got to get rid of that little bit. I don't know why it does that. Anyways, thank you so much, Ethan. By the way, if you're interested in becoming a Patreon yourself, of course, you can find that link down in the description below. A lot of cool perks that come along with being a Patreon. And, or if you don't want to do that, you can find me over at twitch.tv/chosenarchitect, where I do live stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wow, spitting that out every single time. Just kind of, man, hard to do sometimes. I don't know. Anyways, if you want to check me out there, you can also do that if you have Twitch Prime. Of course, you can get a free Prime sub, which is the same as being a $5 Patreon, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Get access to sub servers and all kinds of cool stuff. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.